So just a few days ago, Nintendo had one of their financial meetings where the global president, Mr. Shuntaro Furukawa, as well as other big Nintendo executives, talk with investors and share pretty much all of the data of how well Nintendo Switch systems have been selling, how well some recent games have sold, and then answer any questions that they might have. And of course, with all these Switch 2 leaks and rumors that have been going on recently, obviously the investors were going to ask Nintendo's executives if they were actually planning on releasing a new piece of hardware, and if these reports about the Switch 2 are actually accurate. And to that, the global president, Mr. Shuntaro Furukawa, actually gave a very interesting answer where he tried to say that a lot of the information that's out there online is inaccurate and it's not fully correct, instead of just flat out saying like, yeah, we're not working on a new system or we don't have any plans for it or anything like that. So his answer actually implies a lot of things, and I already made a video about that, so if you haven't seen that video, there should be a little eye up in the corner right now. You can definitely tap on that or click on that if you want to go and watch that video, but I'll also have it in the outro of this video if you want to go and watch it after you're done watching this one. Now, after this financial report concluded, Nintendo actually released a giant document that has all of the data for how well their systems and their games have sold, as well as their services and things like that. And there's some pretty interesting details about this that a lot of people are starting to kind of put on their tinfoil hats about and think that they might be alluding to something about future hardware and potentially the Nintendo Switch 2 having backwards compatibility, which might have been indirectly or subtly confirmed inside of this document. So it's a pretty interesting thing to take a look at here, and I do want to give you guys my thoughts about this as well, so I figured I'd talk about this. But of course, just keep in mind this is just kind of speculation here, but it does kind of make it seem like it could be official confirmation in a way if this does indirectly confirm it, because the way that you kind of think about this, you'll kind of see what I mean. Alright, so here we are on the official Nintendo document, and we can see right here that they're really talking about the Nintendo account. And if we take a look at these two bullet points right here, it says, prior to the introduction of Nintendo account, it was not easy to maintain users' information across platform generations, including details such as their software purchases and gameplay records. The introduction of Nintendo account made it possible to tie a user's history to their personal account. This will be a foundation upon which Nintendo can maintain a lasting relationship with its consumers. So basically, they're talking about here how the Nintendo account that we've all created with our Nintendo Switch is going to be carrying over now across platform generations, because it basically has all of our information now that's tied to it. And Nintendo doesn't want you to start from zero again with the next system and start everything from scratch, because that's basically how it's been for so many different home consoles with Nintendo for like the past couple of years, where like you move from the GameCube to the Wii and then you have to make like a whole new Mii for that system and then create a whole new account on there. Then you move from the Wii to the Wii U, and the Wii U actually did something pretty cool with like these Nintendo Network IDs where like everybody had like their own gamer tag or like their own ID, and you could use these to send people friend requests and stuff. So it was actually really cool. But obviously, because the Wii U sold so badly, it didn't really make any sense to bring these over to the Switch, so instead Nintendo just decided to scrap all of that and make something new called the Nintendo account, which we now have with the Nintendo Switch. And they're talking about how the Nintendo account now is going to be carrying over for future generations, so it's kind of going to be like the PlayStation Network account, where like your PSN, you could create that for like the PS3, and it still carries over to the PS4. You can still bring it to the most recent one right now with the PS5, and it's still going to carry over even when the PS6 comes out. So it's like that one account that you have forever that you can just bring over every single time a new generation comes out. And it seems like Nintendo is definitely going to try to do something like this as well, which is very smart. They've already kind of given us like this diagram back in 2021 where we can see right here they're talking about whatever their next system is after the Switch. And it says right here your Nintendo account is still going to be carrying over from the Switch to that system. So it's very nice. Even Doug Bowser recently, when he was interviewed, did say that whenever the next generation Nintendo system does come out, the transition to it is going to be the smoothest compared to any other transition that we've ever had in the past. And obviously, if your Nintendo account and everything is going to be transferring over, it makes a lot of sense. Alright, but here is where everybody is starting to put on their tinfoil hats and really kind of just speculating about this, because we have this image right here that shows us pretty much everything that's tied to your Nintendo account. And it shows right here your purchase history, your save data, your friends, and your experience data. And so a lot of people now are putting on their tinfoil hats and speculating about this with the Nintendo Switch 2, where it says right here the two important ones are the ones at the very beginning right here with your purchase history and your save data. So purchase history is obviously going to remember like all of the games and stuff that you've purchased on your Nintendo account, probably digitally, and then your save data is going to remember the save data for all of the games that you have on your Nintendo Switch that are tied to your Nintendo account. So it really kind of makes you think now, where if the next generation Nintendo Switch does come out, and let's say the Switch 2 is not backwards compatible, let's say that you can't kind of play any of your old Switch 1 games on it, what would be the point of having your purchase history and your save data saved onto your Nintendo account in the first place, right? It kind of seems like it would be pointless then, right? If you can't actually use any of that data anyway. So a lot of people are using that to kind of think that maybe this could be a small kind of indirect confirmation or indicator that there is going to be some type of backwards compatibility. Because think about it, if you bought a game like, I don't know, Mario Wonder or Tears of the Kingdom digitally, then your purchases are tied to your Nintendo account that you bought those from the eShop, and also your save data from those games. And that way, that would mean that if you can log in now to the Nintendo Switch 2 using this Nintendo account, you will be able to re-download all of the games that you've purchased on your account digitally, and then also have the save data, so that way you're not like restarting Tears of the Kingdom again on a new system. You just carry over the data that you have from how you've played on your current Nintendo Switch. So that actually makes a lot of sense, because that's the only thing is, like, if you're not going to be able to play like Mario Wonder or Tears of the Kingdom or any other Switch game that you currently have right now, if they're not going to work on the next system, then what's the point of saving your purchase history and your save data in the first place? It kind of just seems like it's just taking up space for no reason then. So it could be an indicator. And even like this thing here where it talks about the experience data, I'm not exactly sure what they mean here by experience data. Maybe it could mean like your playtime data for how long you've played games. Like if you played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for like 100 hours and you're going to be playing that now on the Switch 2, what if like you log in with your Nintendo account and it already knows that you have 100 hours in this game, so it just shows up now on the next system as well that you still have 100 hours, because it just carries over all of your experience from the current Nintendo Switch. Like, that would be amazing. And even with the friends thing right here too, the friends stuff doesn't really confirm anything for Switch 2, but even just having your friends like carry over from this Switch to the next one and not having to add everybody's friend code or send everybody a friend request again, that's amazing. Like, that's really good now that you're just going to be able to bring all of that over to the next system. It's exactly like what PlayStation has been doing, and I'm very happy to see Nintendo potentially doing something like this as well. And so really the only argument that I've seen people make against this is, what if they're actually talking about something that's not in terms of like your Switch games and the Switch purchases and your Switch save data, but something else? And the one that comes to mind is Nintendo Switch Online, where, of course, with Nintendo Switch Online, you do have things that you can get like the NES games online and the SNES games online and stuff like that. So what if this could be referring to that, where maybe like your save data for like Super Mario World that you've played on SNES Online is what's going to be tied to your Nintendo account? Because obviously if the next system comes out and you log in with there, you're going to be able to bring over your Switch Online subscription, I'm sure, to that next system. And then on that next system, maybe you're just going to be able to like re-download Super Mario World or like SNES Online, and it's just going to have like your save data from there, so you don't have to restart the game from World 1 again. Maybe that's what it could be referring to, and not actually like your Switch games in terms of like Tears of the Kingdom and stuff like that. So that's the only other thing that I've seen where maybe, I mean, they've already did say that your Nintendo Online is also going to be bringing on over from this current Switch to the next one as well. So maybe that's what it could be referring to with like the Switch Online. But I don't know, man. I feel like this definitely could be an indicator for backwards compatibility. And I'm definitely like, if you want my honest opinion, I definitely think even regardless of this, that there's like a 90% chance that the next system is going to have backwards compatibility. It would make no sense to kind of just ditch all of these games that you have on this amazing Nintendo Switch and all of the people that love them just to start over from zero again on the next generation Switch. So I definitely do think that backwards compatibility is going to be a thing. So it will be interesting to see where all of this goes. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video about this because I have seen people talking about it, and I do think that it definitely could be a small indicator that maybe there is going to be some backwards compatibility with the Switch 2. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel, as well as I'm going to be having more videos talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo's next generation system as the information comes out. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this as well. Do you guys think that this is an indicator that there is going to be some backwards compatibility with the Switch 2? Do you think it's something else? What are your thoughts about it? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. But if you don't have anything to say about this, just comment your favorite emoji for some engagement. I would really appreciate it. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos. And also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros. And Nintendo. So definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.